Welcome back once again to the Dateoliciously series, where we spotlight the personalities who have the confidence, style, charisma, and individuality that make them stand out. And today, we're talking about a creator who went from making videos as a teenager in Texas to becoming one of the recognizable faces of the social media generation, Blake Gray. From musical.ly and TikTok to fashion campaigns and millions of followers, Blake has managed to turn an early start on social media into a much bigger personal brand. So, how did he get here? And what makes Blake Gray Dateoliciously Dateolicious? Let's get into it.
Shop, the place I barely know.
Blake Gray was born on January 9th, 2001 and grew up in Texas. Long before fashion events and millions of social media followers, Blake was heavily interested in sports. He played baseball and football growing up and once imagined pursuing baseball professionally. But around his mid-teens, something else started getting his attention: social media. After initially having little interest in platforms like Instagram and Twitter, Blake began experimenting with online content. Once one of his videos went viral, he realized there might actually be something bigger happening. That momentum helped push him toward homeschooling, traveling, and eventually focusing seriously on building his career online. And one of the platforms that helped make it happen was musical.ly. On musical.ly, Blake became known for entertaining, personality-driven content, including lip-sync videos. When Musical.ly transitioned into TikTok, Blake initially stepped away from posting. Then came 2020. During quarantine, Blake decided to give TikTok another shot, and that decision helped launch the next phase of his career. His videos increasingly featured dances, trends, friends, humor, and pieces of his everyday personality. Blake also became associated with the famous Sway House, joining a creator lineup that included names like Bryce Hall, Noah Beck, Anthony Reeves, and Quentin Griggs. That collaborative environment put Blake right in the middle of one of TikTok's defining creator eras. Part of Blake's appeal has been that his content doesn't feel limited to just one category. There's fashion, there's lifestyle, there's humor, there are dances, collaborations, travel, friends, and glimpses into his life. And that versatility has helped him maintain a huge audience even as the social media landscape has changed. Blake has also spoken publicly about the complicated side of having millions of people watching you, especially the pressure to be authentic while knowing that every mistake can potentially become public. That awareness gives another dimension to the easygoing personality fans see online. And Blake didn't stop at being a TikTok personality. Fashion became an increasingly important part of his public image. He's appeared around major fashion events and worked with established brands, including Ralph Lauren. It's a natural evolution. The same guy who built an audience through personality and short-form content gradually developed a more polished fashion identity without completely abandoning the casual personality that made people follow him in the first place. And that brings us to the big question: what makes Blake Gray Dateoliciously Dateolicious? It's the combination: confidence without needing to constantly prove it, style without losing personality, ambition without being trapped by the thing that originally made him famous. And yeah, we have to acknowledge the obvious: Blake has the looks. But being dateolicious isn't simply about being attractive, it's about presence. Blake's evolution from a Texas teenager experimenting with social media into a creator capable of moving between TikTok, lifestyle content, modeling, and fashion shows what happens when you continue developing your identity instead of staying frozen in one era. That's what others can take from Blake Gray's journey. Don't be afraid to evolve. The thing that gets people's attention doesn't necessarily have to be the thing that defines you forever. Keep developing your style, confidence, skills, and identity. That's what makes Blake Gray Dateoliciously Dateolicious. Who should we feature next? Until next time, stay confident, stay authentic, and stay Dateolicious.